I have a fiance, but falling in love with a married man. Newest update. Original post. My 28F fiance 28M has some huge request in order for him to regain his trust. Is his request too far? We had been together for 6 years when I made a terrible mistake during our 3rd year. I cheated on him with a close family friend. I had begun to take him for granted, and it was easy to cheat because I didn't appreciate our relationship. When he found out, he broke up with me, and we were apart for months. During that time, I realized just how great of a boyfriend he was. I begged him to take me back, and he did, but only after I promised never to speak to the other guy again. Since then, I've been faithful and haven't been tempted at all. I understand now how wonderful my partner is. However, the man I cheated with was a close family friend, and recently I rekindled our friendship behind my fiance's back. It was purely platonic. Have you ever met someone who's a terrible partner but a great friend? That's him. I hated that a stupid mistake ruined our friendship. When my fiance found out, he was furious. I apologized and we talked. He needed space to think. A little while later, he sent me a text outlining his demands if we were to continue our relationship. Here's what he said after doing some thinking. I can't trust you. Whether it was platonic or not, this is the 2nd time that I know of where you violated my trust. The hardest part isn't this. But now I have to wonder how many times you've violated my trust or done something behind my back that I just don't know about. You claim this is it, but how can I believe you? I love you and want to work on this relationship, but it's going to require a lot from you. We are postponing our wedding indefinitely. When we first got back together, it took 10 months before I felt secure in the relationship again. I have no idea how long it will take to feel secure again. Eli, I changed the name, will be blocked on everything, and you are never to speak to him again. This now includes family events. If you know he will be there, do not attend. If you didn't know when he attends, you are to ignore him. I will have unrestricted access to your phones, social media, emails, etc. I want to know every password for any device you have. No hanging out with male friends alone. You are to be home by 1 a.m. if you go out with your girlfriends. There will be more, but these are my demands, and they aren't up for discussion. If you aren't willing to do it, then the relationship is over. Take your time to think about it. End of text. I called him, but he said he wasn't going to argue with me about it and told me not to call him back until I decided what I wanted to do. I feel this is extremely harsh, especially since I didn't cheat this time. Ever since we got back together, I've been completely faithful to him. 2nd update next month. I'm supposed to get married this fall. I've been with an amazing guy, and we've worked through a lot of issues together. I thought I loved him, and I think I still do, but I'm not in love with him. About 3 months ago, we got a new coworker at my job. He's very handsome and extremely attractive. I've never been so physically drawn to someone in my life. As we deepened our friendship, romantic feelings started to emerge. I repressed mine, but to my surprise, he confessed his feelings to me too. I told him we had to consider our spouses, but our feelings continued to grow. He confided in me that he stopped being affectionate with his wife because he feels like he's cheating on me when he does. He only wants to be affectionate with me. I've started doing the same thing and haven't been intimate with my partner. The big issue is that a lot of people will be hurt when this comes out. He can't divorce his wife right away because of financial reasons, but he plans to as soon as possible. I have to call off the wedding, but I really don't want to hurt my current fiance. When asked about my previous infidelity, I explained I've cheated before, and I'm starting to realize it's because I didn't understand what being in love meant. With the guy I'm seeing now, we're both not romantic with our current partners. I don't want to be with anyone but him. He's going to divorce his wife, and we have a plan for when his finances are in order. How am I justifying this affair? This is completely different. The first time I cheated was because I was selfish. This time, it's because I fell in love with someone else. I didn't choose this. No one picks who they love. This whole experience has taught me how complex love is and that I've never been in love before. This is incredibly hard on me too. It's not fair. I didn't want any of this to happen. It breaks my heart that I have to call off the wedding, but my fiancé is a great guy, and I'm certain he will find someone else. I wish I loved him or hadn't fallen in love with someone else. Life is more complicated than that. I don't want to hurt him and have been thinking about the best way to tell him. You guys act like this doesn't hurt for me too. You're not being understanding or empathetic. When commenters tell me I'm gullible about the married guy, I keep emphasizing I'm going to tell my fiance. But we can't tell the other guy's wife yet. He's trying to get his finances in order first. 3rd update, I ended things with my fiance. I took everyone's advice and decided to end things with my fiance. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I know many of you think I'm a terrible person, but this is an unimaginable situation to be in. I want you all to know how much this hurt to do. I wish I hadn't fallen in love with someone else. I wish I could make myself fall in love with my fiance, but I can't. It took me a long time to accept this. I hope you can understand that I truly care about my ex-fiance. I believe this will be best for both of us, even though it's incredibly hard right now. When asked if I told my ex-fiance the truth, I said I didn't lie. I told him the truth, that I fell in love with someone else. I told him I still care about him. I keep telling you all that I care about him and would never use him as a backup. He's a great guy, and there's a woman out there who will love him and be lucky to have him. There's no reason we both can't be happy. When commenters tell me there's no way the married man is going to leave his wife for me, I say he is going to divorce his wife. Unfortunately, divorce is extremely complicated, but he said he will keep me updated. It's not just finances, but a lot of other legal stuff. Since I wasn't married yet, it was easy to end things. For him, it's a lot more complicated than that. When commenters continue to call me gullible, I say no. I was very clear in our conversation today that I want this figured out by the end of the year. That's plenty of time for him to sort out finances and legal stuff. That way, by 2025, we can just focus on each other. Newest update 3 months later, you guys were right. I realize now that I treated my fiancé horribly and received my karma. My coworker and his wife are getting a divorce because she found out he was cheating with multiple women. Plural. He's a disgusting animal. He lied to me and others, pretending we were the only ones. I ended things with him, and I'm glad he's been exposed. Now, regarding my ex-fiancé, I've taken the time to reflect and realize he's actually my true love. I hate that I hurt him. I reached out to him again, but he said he will always love me, but he's done with me. That was painful to hear. I just can't get over what my coworker did in destroying multiple relationships, including mine. It's painful to see and experience. Edit, I wasn't clear, but I take responsibility for my actions. Just because I'm condemning his disgusting and manipulative behavior doesn't mean I'm justifying my actions. My actions were horrible, but I've learned from them.